My name is Peter Caslin. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Financial Risk Solutions, or FRS, based in Dublin. And our company sells software to mainly life assurance companies for managing the long-term savings of their customers. So we provide software to calculate unit prices of the funds into which those customers invest. So we started an acquisition process back in February 2018 when one of our 5 shareholders in the business decided he wanted to retire. So we decided to put the company up for sale. We talked to a lot of private equity buyers, we talked to some trade buyers, and I'd say it was only about July that the Juniper Group got involved in the process. Within a month they had made us an offer. They'd done an analysis of the business and they'd made us an offer. The offer was quite transparent. About a month after that, they then gave us a letter of intent. Again, the letter of intent was reasonably clear. So that brought us up to about end of September of the same year. At that point, we decided the best offer we had was from the Juniper Group. And then they spent about 2 months doing due diligence on us, and we closed the deal in December 2018, which is about 5 months after the start, after Juniper got involved in the process. So process was reasonably quick and reasonably efficient, and we had the money in our bank accounts by December 2018. The main advantages we saw of selling the business to Juniper was, number one, I think we felt that they would complete the transaction. They would complete the transaction quickly. They had a dedicated M&A team, whereas some of the trade buyers we were talking to, they came into the process and then they got busy with their own business and then they dropped the process. Some of the private equity buyers we talked to gave us some very complex proposals to buy the business. They were only going to buy 51% of the business, but they were going to get 100% control. They were going to sell us in another 5 years' time, so we were going to constantly on this being sold, bought and sold treadmill, which we didn't really like. So I suppose what we liked about Juniper was we knew that they could. They had an acquisition team, they could complete the acquisition, they had the money in the bank, it would be done reasonably quickly. So I suppose from an acquisition point of view, that was all very attractive. But then post-acquisition, we felt one of the big benefits was that Juniper is a buy and hold forever company. They're part of a much bigger group, the Constellation Software Group. Constellation are quoted on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Most of our customers are very large life assurance companies. So one of the big advantages of selling to a quoted company was that our customers now had security that our business was in safe hands. So our customers told us after the transaction had gone through that they were very pleased to see that we'd been sold to a large corporation. So that was very good. I suppose the second thing was that being part of a large corporation meant that we no longer had the problem of being seen as a small company, which we had prior to acquisition. So prior to acquisition, we were trying to sell to large companies. We were deemed to be a small company, and there was always this problem, well, we're a large company, you're a small company, we can't deal with you. That problem went away overnight once we were acquired. And I suppose the third thing then is being part of a larger group. Our parent has a much bigger risk appetite, so they're prepared to take higher risk than we would have, than the original shareholders would have taken with the business. So that allows us to do more things than we would have otherwise done. So for example, we've now set up a sales office in the US and in Australia. Probably things we wouldn't have done without a large parent.